With over 2,000 current mainstream named diets for us to try, what is the one that is proven to actually get people to live well into their 100s? Having studied and sat kneecap to kneecap with centenarians from around the world, there is one common trend with their diets that I have discovered. Today, I will tell you what that is and how to replicate it. Welcome to the Fountain of Youth. I'm Leon, and I've dedicated my life to extending yours. Let's jump in. Although none of these long-living groups I have encountered are on any named diet, there is a secret. And unlike some of these longevity hotspots I've visited that have an environmental factor that's adding years, this powerful diet has been proven in all the age-defying areas where they all have different eating habits, their diet consists of holistically different food items, and actually lack what lots of mainstream diets suggest to incorporate. But with all these differences, there is one glowing commonality to what they all eat, and that is whole foods. I know that is super vague, so allow me to simply break this down. Olive, egg, apple, rice, bean, chicken, tomato, venison, peanut, the list goes on. Did you catch what none of these have? An ingredients list. It's a singular food source, a standalone one-entity item, a whole food. So you want an easy-to-follow diet that will guarantee to add years to your life, make you alive with energy, help rebuild years of damage from ingested chemicals, give you the best sleep you've had in years, make your skin look and feel years younger again, holistically improve your mood, and build an unstoppable immune system that defends its body temple. Whole foods are the answer. Cauliflower, peach, sardine, avocado, cabbage, salmon, quinoa, fig. Something that was grown or harvested and is still in its original form. This is how the longest living people on the planet eat. Not from a box, not from a package, not from a restaurant, not from a factory, not from a can. This is the commonality. Whole foods. Now, do these areas that are pushing the limits of longevity combine whole foods with spices and other ingredients to make dishes like soups, pastas, medleys? Yes. And furthermore, they make many other things that require several ingredients, but they all start from the single-sourced, unprocessed, grown or harvested original food. Like many pastas I have encountered, they're simply ground drum wheat flour and water. That's it. Some may add a little egg and salt. The flour is simply the entire seed that's ground to dust. Mixed with some water, kneaded, it's rolled thin, shaped, and then boiled to cook. The raw flour is much different than the big box stores bags of enriched flour we see lining the shelves. If you look at the ingredient list, that'll say flour, followed by nearly a paragraph in parentheses that state a long list of items put back into the flour because those natural occurring nutrients were stripped away in the processing system. Then to control quality, they use bleaching, texture, preserving, enriching agents to try and put back the best parts of that grain that were removed during that processing stage. And of course, these are not natural enriching ingredients. These are synthetic chemicals created to try and mimic the very vitamins and minerals that it originally came with, plus some selling and advertising vitamins that appear to make it somehow more healthy than it was in its raw form. This could not be further from the truth. The flour example is one small instance in an ocean of processed foods out there. Westernized grocery stores are packed with pre-made items created with additives that will keep these foods fresh and edible for years to come. When I went to Korea and observed one of the longest living communities in that country, grocery stores were non-existent. Markets, on the other hand, lined the streets on both sides where they were only open in the morning, where truck after truck brought in fresh fish, meats, fruits, vegetables, and spices that were all harvested that very morning. By 9:30, 10, the stands were completely bought out. Those stands were shut down till the following morning, repeating the same process every single day. That was their grocery store. Fresh whole foods without ingredients, without preservatives. Since many of us don't have that luxury, here is your takeaway to mimic this in your area of the world. Many whole food nutritionalists provide advice when it comes to shopping in a traditional grocery store. Sticking to the outside aisles, or the term perimeter shopping, is suggested. This is where much of the fresher whole foods, meats, produce are located. As you work towards the inner aisle, this is usually reserved for processed or box-type foods. In order to replicate a tried and tested longevity diet, focus on those whole foods and make perimeter shopping your new habit. Here it is very simply. Wherever and however you shop, buy and eat whole foods. If it's got an ingredients list, try to avoid it. I encourage you to utilize whole foods and quality spices and make amazing dishes for yourself and your loved ones. Combine quality whole foods to make your ideal recipes. Once you commit to no more ingredients list food, your life will change forever. Changing to a whole food diet is not a, oh, maybe try it, or there's good data that shows this will work. This is a proven and absolute core function for adding significant years to your life. Here's an easy start. Send this or tag someone you know that lives on processed foods, that my message may be able to reach them, because this habit is reversible. And unlike all these other fad diets, this one is easy to understand and put into practice. If it has an ingredients list, leave it alone. And if you want it, make it yourself from single source ingredients. I promise there is a copycat recipe easily Googled that is going to nail it or get you very close to its pre-made version. I'll hang my next video here and in the comments, where I take you inside the kitchens of age-defying cultures. What they do with whole foods will surprise you, but it's a very easily replicated preparation style that multiplies their impact on longevity. Watch it and you'll see how to bring that same practice into your own life. Please drop in the chat if you are currently following a whole foods diet and what pro and cons you have seen with this change. This is a community of practice for extending our lives on this planet. What is working for you may just inspire someone else trying to get to that place. I really appreciate everyone's ideas and contributions to this channel to date. As always, I thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful and you want to see more, please consider subscribing. I promise you more content that's going to get us and the ones we love to our 100s. I'll see you in the 3000s.